videos. The lady turns the laptop towards us and says, "Hey, you guys can view this video any way you want to. You can control it any way you want to." Unfortunately, her controls were not working, so we were escorted to another room with the tech guy, and he showed us the video. Right? So he showed us the video, and what I saw was you saw school buses, you saw that had pulled up, and we weren't concerned with that part, so we fast forwarded past that part. The ground was already wet when the school buses were pulling up. The second frame of what we saw was the memorial tent, but it was a diagonal view of the tent. Okay? So it was a diagonal view of the tent. Somebody wants to see the thank you email for me coming? I'll show that in a second. Let's see here, that came today. The diagonal view of the tent. And then the time started with the diagonal view. Here it is, the thank you email.
Did you see that, JoJo? Because you were asking.
On the other email, we want to see I want to look. Everybody's asking in the comments, so I'm just asking what they're asking. They want to see who sent you the emails.
Frisco
like
ISD.
that one.
Frisco ISD.
No, the one who just.
No, all of them came from the same.
The one you just read.
No, all of them came from the same one, from Frisco ISD.
No, go to the email where it shows you to and from.
She's showing it to you right there. You guys don't see
right now. To TiffiBillions.
Jesus.
I think you're not putting the camera right. I think you got to pull the camera out a little bit. We can't really see. Yeah. We're
okay.
TiffiBillions.
Are y'all okay?
I don't know. My emails don't look like that. You must be. I use Yahoo. My Yahoo.
This is
the angles are different. That's all.
Let her finish.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Let me finish. Let me talk.
Go ahead, finish, please.
So this is a paid email because I run a business. This is my business. This is a paid email. When you pay for your email, it looks like this. This is Outlook. When you get a free email, it's going to look different.
Miss Tiffany, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
So in where it says to Tiffany, but then the other one, it said in the part that you're showing us where you requested, it says Susan. So are those two different people?
No. As I explained to 3rd Street, he asked me, Susan McDowell is a pseudonym that I use because I don't use my name all the time when I'm doing FOIA requests because people know my name as an activist. Governments know my name as an activist, and sometimes they won't turn over information. Regular people don't know my name, but the government does. Okay, so sometimes I use a pseudonym, so that's why you saw Susan McDowell. Okay, so let me get back to what I saw.
When you go in, you don't have to show ID of who's requesting these forms.
So did you see how this says Dear Miss Billions? That's my name. That means I came today. I showed my ID. That means I came today. I showed my ID. You have to show your ID.
Well, no, that's what I'm asking. Like, so if you're requesting it under one name, but then when you get there and you show a different name, wouldn't they say, well, you're not the person who requested the form?
No, that's not how it works. Okay. Because
that's why I'm asking. I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Well, I think you're trying to be facetious, but that's okay. I'll answer your question.
No, ma'am, I'm not. I've never done this before.
Okay. So if you can request, you can do a FOIA request under Deputy Dog.
Okay.
But when they say, hey, who's coming to view? Because they sent me an email saying who's coming to view, and I told them I'm coming with the private investigator for the family. So that's how that works. I told them TiffiBillions with the private investigator for the family is coming. So that's what happened. So if I can get back to what I saw today on the video, I'll go over that. And then if y'all have questions about it.
All right, go ahead. Tell us what you
in the video today. Again, the school buses pulled up. The ground was already wet. That was frame 1. So that, went from that frame to the memorial tent frame. The memorial tent frame, the entire tent was not in the video. It was like diagonal, like maybe 50% of the tent was in the video frame. At about 9:59, You see a gentleman in a gray sweater and dark pants running down from the bleachers, and he's running diagonally. He's not running straight. He's not under the tent. He's running down from the upper portion of the bleachers. He falls on the first or the last two bleachers, and then he immediately gets up and takes off running even faster. Now, as he's running down the bleachers, there are 2 to 3 guys on the back bleachers that there are 2 or 3 guys fighting on that last row. So they're fighting on that last row. One of the guys, so they're pushing each other and punching each other. One of the guys gets up and walks upward, away from upward towards the bleachers. As he's walking upwards, there's another guy coming down the bleachers, directly down the bleachers. He gets to the ground. He walks and he steps on the ground. He stays there for about 3 seconds, then he falls. And that had to be Austin Metcalf. When he falls, it's 10:01. It's 10:01 a.m. when he falls and he hits the ground. And then the ambulance shows up at like 10:27. That's what I saw.
So Austin fell on the ground? I thought his brother had him like holding him.
Yeah, I thought so too, but that's not what it showed.
So there was a full-blown altercation, like there was a fist fight.
Yeah, there was so I didn't get
okay.
So I didn't get to see the altercation between Carmelo and Austin, right? Because that was out of frame. And I think the ISD is holding that frame back.
So, Ms. Tiff, if I'm following you right, what you're saying is what it appears from the video you saw was Melo running diagonally across the bleachers, fall down, hop back up, and then take off running faster. Simultaneously, at the last row was another altercation taking place, and then Austin stumbling down the steps and then falls over on the ground. Is that correct?
Not completely, almost. So when Austin is coming down the bleachers, it's like he's not running. It's like he's staggering down the bleachers.
Sure.
He makes it all the way off the bleachers onto the ground. His feet are on the ground, and he stands there. Someone is standing in front of him, and it's like a 3 second 1, 2, 3. He hits the ground.
Okay. So, but from what you're saying, from what you saw today, the person who ran across diagonally from the bleachers in the gray sweatsuit, what you would assume that would be Melo?
I spoke with Melo's dad today because I called him and I do speak with him at least once a week. And I asked him, I said, hey, did Melo fall? And he said, yeah, he did fall. And I said, okay. So I'm thinking that the guy that fell, that was running in the gray sweatshirt and fell and got up and ran again was Melo.
So by that, are you saying that Melo wasn't even the person that poked him?
I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you what I saw.
Do we know?
So I'm saying, did the poking happen on? I'm sorry, Tick. Let me just.
No, go ahead. Do your thing.
So what I'm trying to figure out, if you're saying that by the video you're watching, a young man's running across the bleachers away from the incident, and there's an incident occurring at the same time, and then somebody else staggers down the bleachers and falls over right there, right?
Right.
So that, I mean, from what I'm inferring or getting from that is that Melo couldn't have poked him if he was running across the bleachers if there was an altercation going on at the same time, is what it sounds like to me.
But he said he did it, so that don't make sense.
I can't say that because
Okay, I need 1 second because I need Amanda to request up because she was asking. She said she had a few questions. I'm just confused because I can.
You can drop me, Gil. You can drop me, Gil.
Okay, hold on. Anybody can request this information. So can you not email me, can you DM me what I'm supposed to go to? If anybody can get this, because I'm confused because this is like nothing has been said about a fall or anything. So all this information is like game changing.
Frisco ISD request, I'm going to show you. So you can literally go type in Google Frisco ISD request center.
Amanda, request. We got a box for you.
And it's gonna pop up. This is the website that you go to.
I got her in.
Frisco TXISD. You're going to do FriscoTXISD.com, and it's going to take you to
Hold on real quick, Miss Tiffany. It's 151 people in this chat. I need everybody to tap the screen, gift the panel, gift the host, because we gonna get to the bottom of this. We're gonna figure it out.
Jill, can I ask her a question real quick? I'm gonna ask her a question real quick. Hey, Tiffany, so it's people in the comments. I don't know if they taking you the right way. I didn't hear you say anything about nobody being jumped, but they're basically asking, are you saying that he was jumped?
No, no. Thank you, Lana, for that question, and thank you for because I'm not reading the comments.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm simply here disseminating information. I'm telling you what I saw on the video. On the video, obviously, Walker Main and I were talking earlier. There's some parts missing out of the video because the video, of course, absent of the school buses, the frame that shows the school buses, it within 10 seconds of starting, it shows Carmelo running down the bleachers. It does not show the altercation between Carmelo and Austin. So I can't speak to what happened during the altercation or if there was an altercation. I can't speak to that.
So I guess my question is, what is this showing? Like, was this to show us like some proof of something, or just to show us that we can ask for information?
So both, right? I didn't know I would be empowering people today, but I want people to be empowered to know that they can go and they can request information from any public municipality, which the school district is. You can request information. So the first part of this was on my live, and it was simply to keep a promise to my followers that when I saw the video, I would tell them what I saw. That was all. That's all I was doing. And then someone came on and said, hey, can you show us an email or proof that you actually went in and saw this video? So this is why I'm showing this now, the email, and I hope it answers your question.
Miss Tiffany, I have a question. But you said you spoke with the father, but isn't it against the policy? I mean, Amanda, how does it go? Because your husband is a detective. You're not supposed to speak about the case, like, unless you're like a lawyer or something. Is that correct? I'm confused.
So what I will say is that police need a search warrant or a warrant in order to view video surveillance, a subpoena, excuse me. Police need a subpoena to view any video surveillance from a school. That's just the way that works. And he, as an officer, isn't even allowed to keep that video. He can only copy it, take what he needs, and he has to return it back to the school because it is, in fact, school property. However, anyone can write up a FOIA and ask for information from a police department or whatever. The problem
and guys, I want to just jump in real quick and say this because I just got off work. I couldn't really talk.
I wasn't quite done yet, but go ahead.
Go ahead, Amanda.
It's fine. He can go ahead. He had a reason to interrupt me. Go ahead.
What I want to say is that, guys, Tiffany has been following this case from the very beginning. She's out of Frisco, Texas, man, very intelligent person. She's been on my live several times, and she has good content. She's doing this, trying to figure out, we're all trying to figure out what's happening. Guys, she's been respectful to everybody. Please remain respectful to her. She gives us good first.
Okay, I just want to know, what does this inherently prove, if someone could answer my question?
That's what I'm trying to understand.
Okay, so what y'all not going to do, because I can leave the live.
No, Tiffany, we just want to know what.
Yeah, we just want to keep talking to you. We want to keep talking to you.
But listen,
So-
let me say this.
Hold on, let me just jump in real quick. So first of all, Miss Tiffany, I hope that you're not feeling disrespected, because I don't think that us asking questions, trying to get clarity, is disrespectful. I understand you have a large following, you host lives too, but unfortunately you weren't able to, cam up. So that's why I gave you the opportunity. So what I'm saying is, I'm just trying to figure out, like, just like TikTok said, what exactly is this information for? Because if anybody can I can do this myself. just being because it's public information. So what is this for? Like, is this proving that he's innocent? Is this proving that they were jumping him? Like, I'm trying to understand the correlation. And then Amanda, I don't care what nobody says, and I'm gonna always have her back. Her husband is a detective, an actual detective. So that's why she's asking her questions.
Okay,
So
is he a detective on this case?
So what I wanted to ask you, ma'am, is are you telling me that Carmelo's dad literally is telling you information in terms of the actual altercation that makes or breaks his son's case? Is that what you just said in front of all of these people?
You don't even make sense. Let me
hold on, ma'am. Just answer the question.
No, you don't.
You literally said that the dad said that he. No. I'm not going to let you pivot out of this.
Tell me what to answer.
If you,
we're just trying to understand, guys.
It's called entrapment.
We're really just trying to know what does it make.
Hey, Tiffany, I think you need to. Hey, Tiffany, get off this live and do your own live because I'm
Right.
saying this is not.
I agree.
you get a little back. No, that's fine. Like, oh, hold on.
No.
The host is speaking. I don't care with his negative ass. Like, first of all, nobody is being rude to Tiffany. We're just asking questions.
Listen, he's not saying that. You guys are not letting.
Okay, excuse me. I just have one thing to say, Tiffany.
so why don't you tell them what the dad said then? What did Carmelo's dad say then? Because you specifically said on your live, you know what you said, and that will directly affect the case, and all of this is recorded. So I just want you to repeat it for the 160 people.
Amanda,
I don't want to get in trouble.
You wouldn't even know.
you guys give her a chance to answer TikTok's question because TikTok asked her a question.
Yeah, I just to lay down a foundation. This is not a spicy live, Tiffany. I really just need clarifying questions. I just want to know, once you receive this information, what does this inherently prove? Like, is the entire point you bringing it up to say like we can gather this information, or
Tiffany, you should never have done this. People are asking questions.
This is crazy. No disrespect. Let's just keep it. We were at an even meeting.
Unknown people up.
Yes, that's fine. So, Tiffany, it's a serious question.
Go ahead, TikTok. Don't let nobody else up unless we know them.
I still wasn't.
Go ahead, TikTok, and then Amanda.
Yeah, go ahead, Tiffany.
Okay. I still haven't said what I wanted to say before you dismissed Walker name. So
wait, what happened?
You sound so muffled.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
You sound really muffled, Mama.
We'll try to make it through.
Okay, so I wasn't able to say what I wanted to say before you dismissed Walker name. Can you guys hear me?
No, it's bad. I'm not gonna lie, Tiffany.
Okay, I'm gonna leave and come back.
Okay.
She literally said on her own live that she called Carmelo's dad, and
So she said that
asked a
here.
very specific. Did he push him or whatever, or asked a question about getting physical, and he said yes. So here you go. So if you mean to tell me that if anyone believes that this woman, so that will make or break the entire case of Carmelo Anthony. So if you think
Amanda, she said that in this live.
okay, my apologies. I thought it was.
I don't know who brought Blitz up, but he's over here telling Tiffany to leave the live. But
do you guys understand?
Blitz is not mature for this conversation.
Do you understand the magnitude of what I just said, though? In terms of her asking the defendant's father, like that's the biggest deal. Like literally, if we were to send this,
Somebody is reporting, guys. Hold on one second.
I already blocked her.
Amanda, hold on. Somebody is reporting.
Everybody just tap the live. Just tap the live, guys.
Like literally, that's ridiculous.
I already blocked them.
Everybody's on a gag order.
Okay.
So she's
She wasn't even able
father,
to answer TikTok's question, and that's what's concerning to me. Because if you're coming over here to show us something, if we're asking you what is it that you're showing us, why wouldn't you say, "Hey, this is proof that he's not guilty. This is proof that he's guilty." Like
her proof was just kind of like the aftermath,
and
but
she literally
it doesn't show the actual incident.
There's no proof of nothing, so that's why I wanted to give her a chance to answer.
Here's the thing is that what Amanda was saying was that if she specifically spoke to the father and the father answered her, they're on a gag order. You can't be talking to nobody about nothing.
Yeah, I was trying to listen to her and try to hear her out till she said that. When she said that, she lost Credibility.
Right, that's my whole point. Like that tears down the entire case because now Carmelo's dad has said what he said, according to her, and she just told all of TikTok, and all of this is recorded. So if she's an incredible type of a person, and you need a subpoena to get video surveillance from
My
a school,
problem
anybody says.
is there
Like,
a gag order? Who said it was a gag order?
I'm just speaking on the law per Texas in terms of, you know, getting information from a school. As a police officer, they have to have a subpoena to get it. So, for example, if my kid got into a fight at school, if I got mad and wanted to see that video, the school could in fact show me the video in the hallway of my kid getting into a fight with the other kids so I could see what actually happened. But I'm a parent. So I'm not saying that you can't request for information from local establishments. I'm not saying that that didn't happen. However, if you think for 1 second that that school released footage of the incident and then she called the dad and the dad literally is telling her about what happened during said incident, I mean, come on, guys.
My entire point was, what the hell did I don't care who she talked to, how many times a day. I don't care if they kumbaya and meditate. I just want to know, what the fuck did the video prove? To me, it sounds like absolutely nothing. So,
Didn't really prove
did
anything.
we just waste our time?
Yeah, we just wasted our time.
not
We
just
thought
that.
it was going to be something, but it was really nothing.
Do you think that they're going to release a video where Austin, in the last seconds of his life, to a random person who has nothing to do with the case?
Right, like you think is this man really picking up random calls from strangers? This is crazy.
And she literally just,
and that's what I was saying. Like the point that I was trying to make, the reason why I gave her a chance is because I know she's lying. Actually, if you guys think about it, anybody can create a mock email. There is so much there's so much out here these days, and that does not look like an email that was sent. First of all, yes, a lot of it is public information, but everything that she was saying, like Amanda she was right. Like that type of conversation can be very dangerous because we don't know who's watching these lives. And I'm not going to have somebody up here lying and making it seem like she talked to the father. If you talk to the father, that shouldn't even have been said on live. So I'm gonna let the naysayers go over there to her live and feed into her bullshit. That's all the people who want him to be so damn innocent. Then they said that he fell. If he fell, none of that was said in the arrest report. Like I'm just, when I say I'm fed the fuck up with people and their bullshit and their lies, and the fact, the reach that people go to just to prove that he's so-called innocent is disgusting.
The video didn't do shit.
Period. You happen to catch how many times that she told us how wet it was at the beginning of the video?
Yes.
She said it like 4 times.
Yeah.
Amanda, was I
Like
right
she got the end of the conversation
Lana,
to
wait,
me, because
Miss
she got the
Amanda,
time when he was running away.
Amanda, was I right when I said, when you're requesting something from like the school district or the government office, you can't put one name and then them send you a whole thank you letter in another name, right? I'm confused.
No, I work in the schools every day, and you have to have one identification, and that card gets you into that school, right? So she would have had to provide information at the door, and then inside she would have had to sign herself in and then sign herself out. But in terms of what name she used, I mean, you're right. I think it's weird that there were 2 different names, but I'm not sure why.
My point is, wait, hold on, guys. My point was, if she requested that information by the name of Susan, wouldn't they send her a thank you letter in the same name, Susan? Because that's who she sent.
So 100%, which was the first inclination that what she was saying was incorrect.
Correct. That's what I was trying to get.
Yeah, and that was the main part right there. Is she said that on her live of that, you know, her Carmelo's father had talked to her. That's where I was calling BS. Is the moment she said that, there's no way. And then the fact that even though if she submitted a FOIA request on this right here, they're not going to give up any of that information on a FOIA request. And she stated that she was able to see the video from this is the first thing when people were sending me the invite. She's saying that she was able to see the stuff through the FOIA request. And I said, okay, well, how? How was she able to see this? Oh, well, she was able to watch the video. She never specified how, and then her story kept changing. Of it was this, they invited me, and then it was this. These people sent it. Her story kept changing over and over and over.
And it's to my understanding that a FOIA request is only used for police investigations, and you have to send those FOIA requests to the exact departments of law enforcement. So I didn't want to say that because I'm waiting to hear back on that, but that's just how it is here. So you don't send a FOIA to a school here in Maryland, but that's here. I don't know.
You know what I was waiting for, or what my conspiracy theory is on this is that her and the dude who dropped out and said get out of this live, I think they made those emails up between the two of them. That's my.
And the other issue I had, how to get
That's
8,000
crazy that
followers
you
and she
say
couldn't turn
that
her
because
camera
I
on.
was thinking the exact same thing. I'm like, somebody, because for one, everybody knows when you request any type of documents, even from, it's hard to get school records. Somebody in the comments said it's hard to get school records. So the fact that they like, that's what I'm saying, y'all. This, come on now. This is starting to get scary.
And you don't think it was weird she couldn't turn her camera on with 8,000 followers? That was weird.
Right.
And she's
You
hosting
couldn't,
her own
right. You
live.
couldn't turn your
But
camera
yes,
on,
she thinks
but I
all
bring
these
you to my
emails.
live, and the only thing
Guys, y'all know we have an op on here, right? Bumpy is an op. Does he want to speak? Bumpy, do you want to
cares?
speak? Do you have something to say?
We don't even care about his opinion. We trying to get down to the bottom of this. Bumpy
I
can't
don't
say
even know what
nothing.
Because maybe he knows something about it. You never
You don't know
know.
nothing. You
And
don't
she
know
was
nothing.
trying.
Bumpy knowing something.
Why he up here then?
You
And
like
that's one
first
reason. That's one reason why I
first thing
asked that
that-
in the question was JoJo, and I'm glad you asked it because I was sitting there. I was like, just show the to and from, like just show that so you can see it's an actual email. And even that right there, it didn't even look like. Again, when she had to go over the double name thing, I'm like, something ain't right here. I mean, I know you can, but something ain't right, especially if you're submitting a FOIA request on this.
Right.
Bumpy reported back to the ops. Somebody said.
Yeah,
Right.
But he know it. The fuck?
She also was saying in her live, she was saying that basically the video she viewed was like, I guess, doctored because they didn't show her like before like Austin fell to the ground. Like,
Isn't it convenient they didn't show the poke, but they showed everything but that. And then there was this other fight that was happening at the same time, but none of the witnesses that were there ever said that there was another fight. Like none
why
of this
would all
is
these
adding
fights
up.
be happening at this damn track meet? Like,
Y'all
it just
know-
makes no freaking sense.
Y'all know she's full of shoot because she said from the beginning that she's an activist, and that's why she was
I was
using.
just gonna say that. Yep.
That's why she was
Wow. Well,
using
that
a suit.
explains it. That explains it.
Yeah, she probably works with Dominique Alexander.
He's trying to find a way to spread the false narrative.
And you cannot use
People
a-
get paid for this, y'all. I'm telling you.
You cannot use a pseudonym on a FOIA request. Period. And a FOIA request is
Wow.
going to be. They're going to block a FOIA request during an active investigation. Period.
Yeah, that's what I said at the very beginning, and they were like, "Oh no, you don't know what you're talking about" in her live. And then they came over here, and I was waiting for her to say it again, and I saw Amanda jump on it. I'm like, "Thank God somebody," because I jumped on it. They were like, "No, you're lying." I'm like, "No, you can't request it. You're not going to get anything in a FOIA request, especially video," which she originally stated in her deal, and then her story changed to, "Well, I was able to go see it over here because they let me come over here." I'm like, "That wasn't what you first stated."
Right, and she blocked me from her live when I was questioning her in the live. She blocked me from the live, but I had a dark account, so I was still watching.
What's her name? What is her name?
Tiffany Billions. But this is what I feel, guys, because at the end of the day, if you did have some type of like TikTok said, you did all that for what? Because at the end of the day, he's still guilty to me because he did it. Him falling, that's here or
He
there.
said
Like
he did it.
I don't care about that. Like, I thought she was gonna come up here and show like, oh, say some proof. Like, yeah, he got poked or he got this. You just came up here to collect some coins.
I think her bringing up that he fell was like she's trying to say like it was so wet and slippery. I think that's what she was doing with that.
Well, like Amanda said, she mentioned you when the first thing I saw was the bus, the grounds were wet, and then the buses pulled up, and then the bleachers were wet. Like she said, wet, like a lot of times.
But up to
and then did you hear when she said that Austin's body fell? Like, that's, come on now, like.
She just happened to call him up on the telephone and speak to him so easily and verify the facts. and he verified everything that she said.
All you have to do is Google FOIA exemption 7A. It will tell you that they do not release video during an active investigation.
I'm so tired of these fake
How does
ass
she
people on
talk to
TikTok.
Carmelo's dad just by calling him up on the phone? That's wild.
Oh, I'm sure she does have access to him because she's besties with Dominique Alexander.
But what did he tell her?
Dominique?
Like, I don't know.
He said she's an activist.
And again, even if you submit a FOIA request on that, you can get that after, like when the criminal investigation and all that's done and the courts are done, you can get that information. But her sitting here saying that, well, I was invited over here, I even talked to Carmelo's father and everything else. No, I'm sorry.
But I want y'all to know, I was at the bond hearing, as a lot of y'all know. I don't remember seeing her, but there was a lot of people there. But there is no gag order in this case, or at least the judge did not say there was a gag order.
Because somebody had said that when it was actually
Dallas,
on the
Dallas
it was
was
actually
on
on
my
the
live.
Carmelo side.
Yeah, Dallas was on my live the other day, and she was actually at the bond hearing. And so, did any of the information that she said, did that come up? Wouldn't that come up? I mean, I don't know how it goes.
Because a bond hearing is more just to show just cause, why he should be able to be released. Is he a flight risk? Well, they're not trying the case during a bond hearing. So really, the only evidence that they brought out was, is he a risk to the public? Blah blah blah.
Exactly. It's just a deliberation. There's no evidence that's submitted at that point in time. It's
But
just
didn't they
literally
bring up an
talk and
incident?
deliberation.
Didn't they bring up an incident from back from February during that time?
Yes, they did.
Yes.
And let me ask you guys this. If you think for 1 second that every media outlet isn't in line to do the same exact thing, and even without the video, media is credible, right? So why
That's a good point.
why aren't they doing the same thing and reporting on every single outlet 24 hours a day?
Go on YouTube and look up, what is his name, Jack Provost, whatever. He has requested 1 million times for video, and he keeps getting turned down.
So what's her motive to do this?
Clout.
Well, we know what the motive is. It's to make people, especially who are solely on Carmelo's side, to make them feel some type of way, like, oh, well, maybe he didn't do it. Oh, it was slippery. It was raining. Oh, he was running away, and there was an altercation at the bottom. He wasn't even there when it happened. That's kind of how she made it sound.
To
Was
muddy
like
the water.
Yeah, just to make yourself feel better.
Yes.
And she didn't think that she'd come across someone like me or anyone that would have done the same thing that I did and ask her those tough questions, only because my husband was sitting here telling me to ask her, so I can't take credit for that. But like, I can't.
I was like in the chat, I was like, let me up.
And he was like,
I was
you need
the
to check her
same.
on that, Amanda, because that is very dangerous for her to be talking about his father in that manner and things that the dad said in terms of the actual incident. You just can't do that. You can't.
I invited the prosecutor to the live, so I'm hoping that someone from their office saw it.
You know that like food.
Well, I know
people
that
will be
people
live now.
Hold on, prosecutor, if you are in the chat, listen, I had nothing to do with that. I don't even live in Texas. I said he is guilty. Once again, prosecutor, if you are in the live, do not, please don't come for me. I'm just a little old me.
You're just a facilitator. You're not guilty of anything. No,
But can Tiffany get in trouble for what she just did?
No,
she
she
get in trouble for that?
Well, yeah, if she's lying. Listen,
Yeah, if she's throwing out false narratives,
you
then
remember the guy that was on video and it was that recording, the guy who said his daughters were there competing and he saw everything and blah 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 blah. He was arrested.
Yeah. So if y'all look at the other one, what was it? Zimmerman and all that. They had a fake eyewitness come out there during that testimony.
Yep.
It completely hurt the case on that one. So when you have people out here saying, well, I was able to witness this right here, and they're spreading that type of stuff on TikTok, if they don't do anything and that were to go towards the case, it can devastate their case. Was it great for Austin? Yes. Is it bad for Carmelo? Way bad. But it's still, they have to now go out here and question, did this person actually see it? That puts more time on the deputies to go out here and look for that type of stuff. And, I mean, they'll know, but it's still, they have to do that. Now they got more tape and, red tape and paperwork to have to deal with.
There's a
They
there's
said
actually
basic. They said she has 10,000 followers. So imagine, she's painting this picture of his innocence because she's an activist. She's trying to cause an uproar when it doesn't go their way.
So who can we contact to verify the information?
I already left. I left a message. I left a message with Frisco ISD, and so the public building. I'm hoping that they'll call me back. But it's after hours, so they close early.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're local, you should go down there with her name and a screenshot and say, hey, did you guys send this to her?
I am.
Hold on real quick, guys. I got somebody in the comments asking me to recap the conversation. The conversation was, I got invited to another live, and this person, this lady TiffiBillions, said that she had information pertaining to the guest. I don't even really understand what she was saying.
She said she said that the angle of the camera was only 50% on Memorial's tent. All she could see was a kid with the shirt and sweats, which I'm assuming Carmelo, started running across the bleachers, slipped and fell, got up and kept running, and that then another kid started stumbling down the bleachers and fell. And she's assuming that's Austin. And then she was saying about some other bull crap happening up in the top, but that has nothing to do with this. So I'm assuming that what she's trying to say is she saw Carmelo after the act and that he was running away. But I have spoken to so many people that were there, y'all. I was at the fundraiser at the pizza place. No one has told me anything about any other fights. No one has told me anything about Carmelo falling. And
that part,
Austin's brother literally caught him before he hit the ground.
And then she verified it with a phone call to Carmelo's dad, who verified that, yep, that was Carmelo. That's what he did, and that's what happened.
Right.
I got a question. Does anybody here have? And this is a great thing. Does anybody have a photo of Carmelo in his sweatpants and everything else? Because we can debunk her thing right here. If anybody has it, the reason why I'm going to ask that, if he did fall, his knees, because again it was wet ground, his knees would have a wet mark on them in those gray sweatpants. If there is no wet mark on his knees, she is straight. You can prove it right here and there that she is straight up lying.
I mean, he could have definitely been running away after the act and slipped and fell because he was in a hurry to get rid of the, what.
Yeah, that doesn't really prove anything, even if he did fall.
She said nothing new. She literally said nothing that we all didn't already know, except for the fact that there were some fights going on. But also, the ground, listen, I lived here, and that day I was really mad because I had to go to work that day, and I was afraid it was going to hail on my new car. I was really PO'd about it. And so it was sprinkled a little bit on my way to work, and then it's like little sprinkles here and there. But in no storm happened because we thought it was going to. But no, I said, what happened to this dang storm we were supposed to have? So it never really stormed.
So she's live right now asking for people to come there and ask her questions. And she said that everyone here, we don't know what we're talking about. And she is a trained expert in retaining documents, is what she just said.
But she said she was a first-year law student, so that I wouldn't consider that
She's a trained expert.
But remember, 80% of people that are first year drop out.
So what's she doing? I'm gonna record it, whether it's a phone call or whether I go in person tomorrow. I'm going to record my conversation with the Frisco ISD.
I'm gonna go message Mother of Dragons real quick, and I'm gonna see if she'll go there because she was an attorney. I'm gonna ask her.
Did you guys know so? As soon as she started getting questioned, that guy was like, "Get out of here! Get out of here!"
I bet that's Dominique.
Anybody that has questions, if you get a hold of me, I screen recorded everything that she said.
There's a prosecutor in our comments right now.
A prosecutor?
That prosecutor will
Wait, what happened? What's going on now?
Julianne, you can drop me for the prosecutor.
I saw her.
F1's in the chat. Can everybody send some gifts? Tap the screen so we can, keep the live going because I just want to keep the conversation going. Thank you, Ty.
I'm gonna monitor the other live.
Okay, you said
and take notes.
Oh, she said she can't go live.
Okay.
She said she can't go live. I wonder why.
Who am I bringing up?
I wonder why.
There should be a prosecutor.
What did I miss today, you guys? What did I miss over here?
Does anybody know if that's a real prosecutor?
She's a former prosecutor
DM me,
in
Erica, and
Florida.
I'll send you the.
So you knew her?
Yeah, she's a friend of mine.
Okay. Okay.
And she's got all the dirt on.
She said she can't go live. Why she didn't come up?
She's at her daughter's soccer stuff right now. They're doing soccer tryouts. She texted me earlier. I tried to get her to come in the live earlier, and she was like, "I can't." She goes, "But I can come in the comments." But she did a big background check on Carmelo's entire family. Mm-hmm. Oh my Lord, y'all!
I saw that.
Yeah, you did. She has videos of it.
Yeah. Don't they have charges from like Louisiana? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, there's the whole dang family.
Yeah, like fraud charges, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely shady.
They're all a bunch of cons.
Yeah. I mean, look at who they're having represent them. Like, that just says it all.
They're racist cons.
They're racist, yeah.
She actually just said
Can
she
we
went
get
with the family and the private attorney.
Everybody
the
tap
video.
the screen. Tap the screen because I still want to know. I want to know what I just feel like I just wasted 20 minutes of my time because I'm so confused.
Yeah, she definitely wasted our time.
It's upsetting, kind of, sort of, because I was looking forward to seeing some damn proof about something.
Hey, I don't find it a waste though, because here's the thing: if she got called out, she couldn't show like factual stuff on it, and so it makes it. I mean, obviously, you're not going to change people's mind who are on that side of the fence, but it makes people realize, like, hey, maybe we should be making sure that this information is valid.
Yeah, but then she just drove a bunch of people over to her
live. What she said, it kind of backs up a little bit because he poked and ran. We all knew that.
Yeah. No, she didn't even say that. She said he ran. She was trying to basically kind of say, without saying, that there was a whole nother fight.
Yeah, going on higher up in the bleachers.
Someone on here even asked, so are you saying that it wasn't Carmelo, it was someone else? And then someone chimed in and said, no, because he already admitted it. But like in the beginning, it almost sounded like she was trying to say it wasn't him, it was someone else.
Well, what's really
he admitted to it, so that don't make sense.
What's really telling is she said just now on her live, she said that she went with the whole family and the attorneys to go see the video. She never said that before.
She's so full of shit.
No,
She told us that she called Carmelo's.
Private detective.
Yeah, she said that she called She said that she called Carmelo's dad after she saw the video, and that's when he said what he said to her. So she's already tripping up her lies.
Yeah.
Hey, who is this person? So now she's saying she took the whole family, but just here in this live, she just.
Decision friends.
Breaking news, guys, out of Frisco, Texas.
To see Carmelo under the tent. I wanted to be able to see, because the view did allow me to see the field house that Hunter said that he and Austin were walking from, right? So I wanted to see all of the things. And it did not allow me to see that. Like, it just started at 9:50. So at 9:50 a.m., you know, everybody sitting under the tent. It looks like between 20 and 25 people sitting under the tent. Most of the people are dressed in black. You know, black joggers, black sweaters, from what I could tell. So they're dressed in black, and at about 9:59, there is someone in a gray sweater, dark pants, and they're running down the bleachers like they're trying
Hey,
to get
Tiffany, just real quick, I'm just letting you know some of the same people from the other live are here. I don't know if you made anybody a moderator, but they might be your live or whatever.
Okay.
But most of them are here. I don't know if you know how to do that or not, but I'll mod for you because I'm still kind of a little busy, but I can mod though.
Okay, I haven't made any. How do I make you a moderator?
I think you have to go to my name, and then it'll like, I think you can go to like your panel list, and then I think it gives you the options to make somebody a mod. But they're here though. Or
Okay,
you know.
so is it Walker? So Tiffany, click on Walter's picture, and when you click on his picture, you'll see a little small picture of him. Click on that picture, and it's gonna open up a box. You're gonna see moderator like the third or the fourth word down where it says moderate. It's gonna give you a little arrow. You click on the little arrow, and it's gonna already be highlighted green. You just hit confirm, and that'll give him access to block, mute, and get people out of your live that shouldn't be in here, because I knew they were coming too. I was in your live as well, and the disrespect that they showed, they shouldn't even be allowed in your space, because they're gonna try to get you banned, and that's what they came in here to do with they stinking asses.
And I was gonna say, Tiffany, this Dale, if you need help, I wouldn't mind helping out.
Right.
Okay. So I'm gonna make both of you guys moderators. How about that?
And me too, Tiffany.
Okay. Okay. Because I wanna get information to y'all. Like, this is crazy. I've never been fought so hard. Like, this is just crazy.
And then the people that they had in there that were attacking you, I was just blown off. I'm like, oh hell no, wait a minute. If
Right.
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I can see if
Yeah.
he's trying to
Thumbs up,
lean one
thumbs
side or
down.
the other, but
Yeah, it was
you unbiased.
weird. It was weird.
Yeah. Yeah. So so I have three moderators, so we should be able to have a pretty decent and educational conversation, and we should be able to share thoughts and ideas without getting angry and upset. So, Whitmo, you said it showed the middle field house. That's half a mile away. I don't know the school's makeup. All I can tell you is that I was able to view the field house and view the stadium. The view of everything was very far away, so I had to zoom in. So once I zoomed in to Memorial's tent, I could no longer see the field house. So does that set it up well for you? So the view was from the opposing team's bleachers. That was the view. So from the opposing team's bleachers, I could see the field house and I could see Memorial's tent. And so at 9:59, so I'm just watching the video, and at 9:59 there's commotion. So then I zoom in, right? I zoomed in over there on Memorial's tent, and what I saw was a guy in a gray sweater and dark pants running diagonally down the bleachers. He was not coming from under the Memorial tent. He was running directly from up top the bleachers. When he got to the last two steps, he fell. When he fell, he recovered quickly, and he got up and he started running even faster. As he's running down the bleachers, on the last row that is covered under Memorial tent, there are 2 to 3 guys back there fighting. They're pushing each other and they are punching each other. One of those guys gets up and leaves. I want to say I don't remember if he ran or not, but he left very quickly upward. He went up towards up in the bleachers is where he was going from under the tent. Now, as he's leaving and going up, Austin Metcalf is coming down the bleachers, directly down the bleachers, and he makes it to that last step on the bleachers. He makes it to the ground. Someone is standing in front of him, and within 3 seconds, he falls to the ground. That happened. All of that happened between 9:59 and 10:01. Between 9:59 a.m. and 10:01, that happened.
So the boy,
Okay.
you said that he was like he was in a fight basically, and he ran up the bleachers, and while Austin was running down the bleachers. Did they run past each other, or one was already halfway going up and one was already halfway going down? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like they didn't pass each other at any point.
Okay, so let me clarify this. We were able to clarify that the first guy running down the bleachers, the one that fell, that was Carmelo.
Oh. The one running down the bleachers into somebody and just fell was Carmelo?
No, he tripped. He tripped over either he tripped or it was wet, because it was raining moderately. It was not sprinkling. It was not drizzling. It was raining. It was raining. So he could have slipped on the bleachers and he fell, and then he quickly recovered and took off running really fast.
Okay, can I get in?
Going across the stadium, right? Like going across the bleachers and not up or down?
Right, going across downward, leaving out, like he was leaving out of the facility.
Can I ask a question?
Sure, Cody. Before you ask a question, I think Meta Sapien.
No, he was before me. I will go
Okay,
out. He
go ahead,
before
Cody.
me. Yeah, because I'm gonna go in order, so I won't be interrupted.
I'm just like genuinely curious. So I forgot who you said you went with. You said you went with a PI, like with the Carmela's defense team,
Yeah.
and they let you view that video.
If you don't mind, Tiffany, Toy in the comments, TOI, if you could make her, cause she see the people that was in the live in the comments, and I don't know if y'all, but she's like actively telling y'all who is in here trying to do stuff.
I got him out of here.
Okay.
So I just have one more. So
I'm sorry, Cody. What was your question? I forgot it.
So
Say
I'm
it
just
again.
no. So I just want to make sure I got this right. So you have to wonder why I'm curious, because I feel like this is a very difficult thing to do. So you're saying you went with somebody from Carmela's defense team, a hired PI, with them to watch this video, correct?
Yeah. Is there? Do you have a question? I mean, I said yes to that before.
Because I just don't. Why would they be going 40 days after this? Like, why would they just now be going to watch this video? 40 days.
That's an excellent question, Cody. That's an excellent question. I mean that, because that's the same question I asked. I asked the PI.
Yeah, because I feel like after 40 days, like that would be like in the first couple days.
So, yeah, so I can't say anything as to what I was told, what the PI told me, but I can tell you I asked that question. Because when I called, when we got together, myself and the PI, that was the first question I asked, is why, because that's his job. That's his job. That's his job to, he said he didn't know that video existed. That was his response to me.
I gotcha.
Tiffany, are you saying that anyone, like any random person can go, or do you think that because you was with the PI for the family that you had more pull to go in there and do that?
No, so this is not about me, right? I appreciate your question. I'm going to answer it to the best of my ability. I think people as a whole don't know that you can do this. You can literally do this on your own. The government, if they withheld the reason why they showed me a portion of the video is because if they didn't show me the whole video, I threatened to, if they didn't show me, the reason why they showed me the video is because I threatened to sue them through the Attorney General, because the Freedom of Information Act request says that you have to show me the video. It's public information. As long as you redact the students' faces, then, no one is, you can't withhold that information from me. And so it's not about TiffiBillions going in and asking for the video and, oh, they better give it to you because you're TiffiBillions. It's about me knowing that I have a right to see the video as a member of the public, that the Freedom of Information Act gives me the right. Knowledge is power. If you don't know, you're going to be left behind, and you'll be sitting around waiting for videos, and they're not going to give them to you because you didn't ask for them, right? And so I don't think they let. So I'm the one that requested the video, not the PI. So after I requested the video, I invited the PI.
Oh, okay. See,
I invited the PI.
I never knew that you can do stuff like that, but I knew people could, but I didn't know how far into it they can go. So that's good information.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and people say, well, it's an active investigation. You can't do that. It is an active investigation. But so is Rodney Hinton's case. That's an active investigation. And look at all the videos that the police department itself has released on Rodney Hinton. They release what they want to release, and they release what is going to be advantageous to whatever their narrative is. So I'm thinking that there's something being left out, because where's the other portion of the video? Where's the altercation?
Okay, can I speak?
And host, really quick, I'm sorry, you have a few people wanting to come up.
Okay. Let's see here. Sorry.
Okay, so what you view on the videotaping that you saw, people are coming out and speaking on videos, on live, on TikTok about that was there. That is actually giving the view from what you were able to see on the camera when you got there in person. So Carmelo has a friend that has been talking, and it's another black guy that has been talking on TikTok that explained the part that you saw when they was running down the bleachers. So he was being chased when he ran up the bleachers. Carmelo was, and he was put in a headlock, and he did not know where he was jabbing. Do you get what I'm saying? The deceased person, he was just using it to get him off of him. So when you see him run down there and stand for 3 seconds and fall after he come running from down the bleacher, that's how they got up on the bleachers, because he was chased up the bleachers. And that's where the altercation actually took place. But Anthony was able to run down the bleachers to his, I guess, supposed to be brother, allegedly his brother. And that's where he collapsed.
That's interesting. That's the first I've heard of that. And again, that's an allegation, right? Because we don't.
It's supposed to be from eyewitness that was there, but he's on TikTok. They haven't deleted it. He was there. His 2 daughters actually ran track as well, so he was giving what he saw.
Oh no! No! You're talking about that witness. Let me speak. Debate Reaper, if you could mute yourself for a second. Let me speak to that, Metasapian.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me mute this first.
Are we going in order?
Drop him. Can you mute him?
Drop him. Can somebody drop him?
Can y'all drop him?
Y'all mods are not paying attention.
Stop fucking lying. It's made me a mod, but it's not giving me it's not letting me mute him or drop him.
Yeah, let me mute and block, but he was still there. I think someone else.
Okay, yeah, we can't do that. So as I was saying, Metasapian, that witness, I'm just gonna be honest with you, I don't believe that witness. And I'm gonna tell you why I don't believe the witness, right? And I don't know. I'm just saying why I don't believe the witness, because the witness described Frisco Independent School District, that Kuykendall Stadium, as a community center, and it's not. If you listen to what he's saying, he said it was a community center. It's not a community center. I live in Frisco. It's own. So that kind of threw me off when he said it's a community center. Okay, let's give him that, right? Let's say that he just made a mistake, slip of the tongue. He said that he was there watching the game with his daughters. I pulled him. He lives in Oklahoma. I'm not saying you can't travel from Oklahoma to Texas, and I'm not saying your kids can't go to school in Texas and you live in Oklahoma. But I'm saying when I reached out to him to talk about it, because I wanted to turn his information over to the PI, he refused to talk.
Okay, but what you saying that you view on the camera, and maybe he might not have told the location correct or all of that stuff, but I'm just saying from what I heard from him saying on the video, it's kind of coinciding what you saw after. It's like it's going together.
Okay.
Are we going to go in order, or can anybody just ask a question?
Sir, we are going in order. I just waited for 2 people to get through speaking before I could speak.
No, I was just wondering.
Okay, but you keep interrupting, so we'll get to you.
I haven't heard anyone speak except you and her, actually.
Okay, yeah, the 2 people up top did speak, and I had to wait till they got done, so I just got a chance to speak.
Thank you, Metasapian. I appreciate your input and what you had to say. And you're right. That may be. I'm just saying what I doubt. We'll just have to wait to see, right?
Yeah.
We'll have to wait to see the witness list and all of that to know really what's going on. Heaven or hell, go ahead.
No, there was a video of, it's a different case, but Rodney Hinton the police were getting him ready to go into court. And there was 350 comments, and nobody saw the same thing. Everyone watched the tape, but people were saying he got manhandled. Other people were saying they treated him respectfully. I guess my point is you can watch that video, but at the end of the day, you're giving your opinion about a video you watch. It's like a movie.
Never gave no opinion though. She just
No. So but I'm saying if 100 people watch a movie, 50 people are gonna like it, 50 people aren't.
Okay, y'all drop Lil Jeff.
No, I'm not saying you're not telling the truth, but I'm saying is I could watch that same video and take away something completely different from it.
True, I agree with you.
That's
I agree
it.
with you.
I don't know why people in the comments are calling you a liar, because I don't think you're lying. I think you're telling exactly what you saw.
Yeah, and I don't care. People, let me tell you something. I rarely read the comments when I come on here, TikTok. I just talk, right? And I bring people up that love to talk and want to go back and forth about the topic in a logical, intelligent way. People that call me a liar because I submitted a Freedom of Information Act request and got some movement on it and was able to view a video. Those people aren't intelligent people. And so,
no, I mean, good for you doing that. I wouldn't,
those aren't intelligent people because, I sit around and I think about how can I do this? How can I get this done? And intelligent people, they work through trial and error. That's what I do. And I knew that Frisco Police Department was not going to give me that video. They weren't going to give me all the video of the self. It's still under investigation. But I knew that I could get it through Frisco Independent School District because they're not the police department. And I don't know what. When you see everything, I guess I'll still be a liar. I don't know.
No, I don't. I just think some people will interpret things differently. If they, and I don't necessarily think you have an agenda, but you could show, unfortunately, 10 people who think he's free, 10 people who think he actually did something, and they're going to have different takeaways. They're going to break it down in the best way that suits their narrative. And I don't think you're actually doing that. I think you're just telling me exactly what you saw, but I'm just telling you what other people are going to do when they see it, in my opinion.
Right. Well, yeah, of course. And, the PI, told the Frisco Independent School District rep that was in there with us because they would not let us view the video. They would not let us take the video. So the Frisco Independent School District employee had a conversation with the PI, and the PI told the employee that he's going to have the attorney subpoena all of the video because they didn't know that video existed. So, that was a good thing that came out of it because it's just going to tell the truth. Like it's going to tell what actually happened. So I felt good about that because I feel like even though Frisco police, they haven't released video, they released it in the Hinton case. They're releasing video of him being booked in. They're releasing video of him in the interrogation room.
That's where. Case. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. That's where a bunch of people, it's like everyone was commenting on that, and some people were saying they were manhandling. Some people, I thought they were decently respectful. I didn't. For being accused of what he's accused of, I didn't think they were being goofy to him. But also, I do think the first time he went to court, when all those cops were mean mugging him, and there was 40 police officers jammed into a small room, I thought that was clear intimidation. Now that was my point of view.
I agree with you there. I thought that was abuse of power and intimidation, and I think it also falls up under retaliation too. You can make that fit under retaliation because there was no need for all of those officers to be there other than to intimidate.
No, I agree with everything you said.
Right. So
can I ask a question?
Sure.
So what is, I don't know if I missed it, but what is your interpretation of the video that you saw?
That's a good question. So generally when I talk about the videos, the video, I like to just stick to this happened and then this happened, and not get into assumptions or what I believe happened. And so, are you asking me what I think happened?
Yeah. So I'm not sure exactly. So I know you said you saw someone in joggers running diagonally down the bleachers. You did mention there was a commotion, like a fight or something, right?
Yeah, there was on the back row.
After Carmelo was already running down the bleachers.
Yeah, as he was running down the bleachers, they were fighting on the back row. I mean, like pushing and punching on the back row.
So, and then you saw Austin like running downward where he collapsed
Yeah,
seconds later.
yeah. And I can't go back in my mind's eye and remember where he came from in the video, because when he first appeared to me, he was coming directly down in a straight line. I never saw him come down from the bleachers, which was interesting. When I go back and I think about it, if he did, I missed it. But like Heaven or Hell said, 100 people can watch the same video and see something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just trying to understand because to me it seems like based on what you're saying that he wasn't near the incident when Austin was poked. However, he did admit to poking Austin. So
Right. So him admitting to poking Austin puts him there, but he's not there on video, which means a portion of the video is missing.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can't. Listen, I have messages in my inbox from people whose children attend Frisco ISD, and they have some pretty bad things to say about the twins. And yeah, I don't know them, right? So what I want to do is go off of the video, but I couldn't do that because they didn't make all of it available.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard pretty bad things about the twins as well, but I cannot either confirm, or deny. It's just people on TikTok saying, or stating their familiarity with the brothers. But he went to Austin's school and he did say there was an incident where Austin, and I hate to bring, where Austin did say racial slurs to someone, but you know.
And then I have a parent that says, "Hey, Austin, I'm sorry, Hunter, the twins weren't racist. Hunter dated a black girl as a freshman, but that doesn't mean you're not racist. Like we have to look at the facts. We can't look at we have to look at what we know, and right now we don't know much because we don't even have all the video."
Yeah, if I'm being, and this may be unpopular, but if I'm being honest, I don't think the twins saying a racial slur makes them racist. Racism is more in depth than that. For me, kids sometimes say things to hurt other kids' feelings or to, get under their skin at the time. But, I don't know. I know how I feel about the case. I know my interpretation based off of the information that I have. At this time, I am on Carmelo's side. However, I just wanted to understand what your interpretation of the video was. And so you're familiar with Carmelo's family?
I am. I speak to them at least once a week.
Okay.
Hey, host. TK is asking to come back up, and Surreal J, if he can behave himself.
TK, okay.
He was up here earlier. TK.
And then Surreal. Okay, I'm bringing everybody to the front. If y'all can like the live, that's fine.
Yes.
Or not.
Thank you, Dale. I have a question too after you, Cody.
Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna like what I have to say, but Tiffany, there's just no possible way that you did this. I'll just tell you that now. Because you keep mentioning the Freedom of Information Act.
Can I ask you a question? Is this setup like real, or is it like my lagging?
No, it's real.
No, we can hear you. I believe it's real. It do look different.
And Tiffany, I'll just tell you this. If you are going to lie, I would not say you keep using the Freedom of Information Act. You would not use that in this situation because that's for government agencies. That school is not a government agency. You would use the Texas Public Information Act.
So does anyone, was anyone on the live where I showed my emails? If you were on the live where I showed my emails of being invited to come in and view the video after I threatened to contact the Texas Attorney General, can you hit a like button for me if you actually saw that?
I can make an email right now and send myself that.
But well, sure you can, but that's what you do. But
and you also have to think of FERPA, like FERPA, FERPA protections. Like you would not be able.
Yeah, they mentioned that too. They mentioned FERPA too, and you know what I told them? I told them FERPA doesn't cover that. When I ask you to redact the student faces, then we're not violating any FERPA laws. So Cody, I know that you think you know everything and that you think you're smarter
FERPA
than
is a
everybody
federal.
else,
It protects
but you're
students'
not.
educational
You're
records.
not. It's okay. Somebody drop him.
You know,
I'm good.
blurring out people's faces does not.
It's okay. Go
automatically
ahead,
make
drop
it legal.
Cody. I need one of my moderators to drop.
He's out of
Cody.
here. Yeah, he's out of
Thank
here.
you. And it's not Cody was nice and he was he was cordial, but you're not gonna call me a liar when I drove all the way from my mother's house to Frisco because I spent Mother's Day with my mother. I drove an hour and 20 minutes back home to go sit there, and you're not gonna call me a liar, okay? So and you can go to Thought Criminals USA because I just don't like your name. How about that?
In the Carmelo Anthony case, TiffiBillions, if you guys watch my page, she's been on my lives a lot of different times. She's actually reviewing the tape from the unaliving of Austin Metcalf as we speak. She is going to go live at 2 p.m. They're not letting her record anything, but she's actually can tell you what happened because she's reviewing the tape right now. She had to go through a lot of hoops and loops to get the access, but this did happen in a public setting, and she was able to speak with the Texas Attorney General to get access to see it because they did deny her at first, and then she's also fighting for the videotape to be made public. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of things she's doing, but she's reviewing the tape now, guys. I'm going to tag her, TiffiBillions. I am going to tag her in this video here so you guys can go to her page, but she is going live. If you haven't followed TiffiBillions,
Are worried